We've got a hippogriff is in there, but you can't see. Also interesting. Once I put Hogwarts Legacy in the title, I actually got more views, at least on YouTube, like 6 times more views. Like I got 1 view, and I got 6 views in my last installment. So I guess that is the importance of including the game's title in the title of your stream. But anyway, I want to kind of show something, I guess. So I can't remember what I was looking at. Oh yeah, I think I just got like in my like recommended article feed on Google. I found like here are the best like graphics options for Hogwarts Legacy, and they're like, you can do fidelity with ray tracing. I'm like, what? That wasn't there when I started up the game for the first time on launch day. I'm not sure if they patched it in like in the last update or if it was always there and it's just not given at the beginning of the game. It does require a reboot to apply changes. I wonder if that's like... So we're gonna reboot. Because it does kind of bother me like when I'm looking at like mirrors and such, particularly. And that's something that oh, now we actually have like a Christmas tree. Here we go. There's our hippogriff. We gotta have a cool looking microphone in the shop. Like when we're looking at an actual mirror, we're just literally seeing our character reflected as they are on screen. I don't think we're really seeing the benefits of ray tracing here. I mean, it probably exists a little bit. Like, I don't know, the armor does look a little... There's a lot more going on with the armor here. Like, ray tracing probably helps the most with reflective surfaces. Everything else is kind of, I guess the lighting does look kind of more dynamic in general, perhaps.
You'll never believe what I've learned.
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
I mean, we didn't use it, but we. Uh, I mean, it's probably the closest to what Whimsy would say. Like, I don't agree. She doesn't agree with Salazar too much. Like, the unforgivable curses are unforgivable for a reason. They're like the three worst things you can do to a person. You can torture them, which is Crucio. You can eliminate their free will, Imperio, or you can freaking kill them. Abracadabra! Oh, sorry, Ellie. I wasn't trying to kill and curse you, okay? I swear, I didn't have my wand out. I got my new phone today. Um, I think I may have mentioned it. Like, I'm getting I got a Samsung flip phone, which is actually like this is my Galaxy Note 9, which is freaking old. Um, so it's a mini tech review here. So this is like the second most expensive model. So the Note equivalent, from what I could see just from the images, not like really looking into, if you want something like, for from a purely tech level, what Ellie? What are you doing? Stop knocking things over. I know you're a cat. Um, so like the Galaxy Note equivalent, I don't think it's even called the Note anymore. Like it's like the Ultimate or something. Um, so like of all the flat phones that you can get, like that are like basically the equivalent of this, is less expensive than this, for one, just a little bit. Like maybe a couple $100 cheaper, but it does have the stylus. Um, I'm kind of wondering if it's possible to use the stylus with other Samsung uh, devices, like my Samsung tablet, or actually kind of weird that the Samsung Galaxy Tab, I guess, doesn't have its own stylus. Yeah, like from what I see, there's no stylus, even though like it would be, um, like a good idea to have a stylus for a freaking tablet. Um, but anyway, um, so this is not coming up with stylus. So that's one ding against it. I'm not sure if the Fold, which is the most expensive one, has a stylus. I do know that the again Note equivalent phone has a stylus. It also has a just visually it has a better camera. Like it has like a I guess one only has like two camera sensors. The one like the Ultra or whatever. Let me actually look it up. I just want to, for freaking curiosity's sake. I think it's called the Ultra. It's the S22 series. Um, yeah, so it's the Ultra is what it's called. They do actually come with their own Galaxy Buds. That might be a promotion. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are just promotional. Um, huh. Um, okay, so the Ultra has like three different cameras on it. Um, and like two little sensors next to the camera. So like it definitely like has like it definitely has like the most um that's the S23 Ultra. Apparently they already have a of course if you buy it directly from Samsung it has like a variety of colors. So yeah, my one like little concern is that it is slightly a downgrade for being more expensive. Um but it also has features that are interesting. It has a thumbprint sensor, which actually I took a couple tries to get to work. But it has this thing, which okay, let me see here. Has a picture of my cat, and it has time, and then you can like go and control the music you're playing, click weather. You could there's a timer function, a calendar. You can look at all your notifications, and you clear them. So that's neat. It's like full screen. It's or full color. Um, and it obviously unfolds, and it's roughly about the same height as the Ultra. course, I don't have a case on this. I have a case on this, so it makes it look a little bit bigger. But when it's unfolded, it has about the same height as the Ultra. It's just a little bit skinnier. It's not as wide, which is a little bit of a problem. For like the wallpaper that I'm using with a picture of my cat. Like, it's not that different actually. Also, the thumbprint detection took a couple tries to actually get it to work. But once I did, it works fine and unlocks my phone properly. It's probably because I wasn't doing it correctly the first time. Anyway, the one I think thing that will probably take some getting used to is that there is a divot, or whatever you want to call it, where it folds. So when you're like running your finger over the screen, you just feel this little indent, or I could call it divot. A divot might be the right term. But like, as far as like the picture is concerned, like you can barely tell. Like it's like you can't really see the divot, except when it's like turned off, but you can feel it. Which is, the thing just kind of feels a little weird. I do like kind of wonder how they managed to like pull it off. Like just making it look flat when it's on. Yeah, the other kind of complaint is that unlike the Note 9, there's no built-in, like you turn it on from the side, whereas like the Note 9 had a button down here, so like I'm so used to turning on my phone down here. Now having the button built into the screen is a little... I'm not sure if the Ultra has a button built into the screen or if it's just a feature they decided to go ahead and get rid of. But anyway, I'm pretty pleased with it so far. Also, I had a bit of a problem, at least depending on like what pants I'm wearing. When I get up out of the car, this would like just slide out of my pocket. So I'm hoping the smaller size is going to prevent it from doing that. Also wondering what the heck this thing is. Like there's this thing on the side.
I know we had to do it to open the scriptorium, but it's not something I'd want to repeat.
And I'm glad we did it.
There we go.
Because in the spellbook, I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
I see no reason to involve Ominous.
I'm glad you agree. When I know more, I shall send an owl.
Okay, so this is just an exposition thing, which I
Don't feel
figured it
sorry
would be.
for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous. We were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
I am not letting this go.
Was that like part of the scripting, or?
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I know what I heard. You knew I wouldn't agree with this. Going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors. Spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library. Noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
I mean, the spellbook is concerning, but the relic he's trying to find is something that can reverse dark magic, so that is kind of anti-dark magic? I don't know.
Those references in the book seem promising.
Everything to do with Salazar Slytherin seems promising until it's too late. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further, but if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
I mean, we're gonna stop him if he goes too far. Like, that goes without saying. Hmm. Dang it. Yeah, there we go.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
Oh, he should probably walk for the school. Oh yeah, this stuff looks a lot like just the ground feels a lot more I mean, part of it might just be the snow and the icy look to it, but Also, I think the shadows are moving gradually. I think it's maybe in the game, but like when you're not using ray tracing, it would the shadows would like not move until a certain point in the day. Are there any mirrors in Ollivanders? Also, we ever spoke about retrieving the wand for Ollivander. I can't remember if that was ever an actual thing. I'm gonna go to the Wizarding Ware. That's the place most likely to have mirrors. It was voted most likely to have mirrors in Mirror magazine.
Hello there. Please, come in. Let me know if you need help finding anything.
Yep. Although the reflections are still rather blurry, which is a little weird, but like it is an actual reflection. These are actual ray trace reflections. You can tell because they're reflecting things we can't actually see on screen. In fact, the non-ray tracing reflections are incredibly low effort. Like, we might as well not even have a reflection at all, because that would be better than what they give us in the game. Because what you see is literally, like the back of her head is reflected in the mirror. It's a reversed mirror. Which I guess in the wizarding world would be potentially helpful, like if you're trying to like comb the back of your hair in a particular way, or
I've heard that our dear Clementine drew you into her butterfly escapades. Unusual girl. Still, it takes all sorts. Plenty for your perusal today. Take your time. I'd say that looks as if it was made for you. I'd say that looks as if it was made for you. I'd say that looks as if it was made for you.
Huh.
I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
There are some reflections in the. We see that the reflection doesn't start disappearing as we angle down. We actually see the ceiling reflected.
Glad Clementines finally lost her obsession with those infernal butterflies.
Okay, anyway.
Apparently, she only uses
Revelio.
I can't imagine how muggles get by without magic. Almost makes me feel a bit guilty. It takes to keep a clean soul.
A quill shop?
Revelio.
Ah, the Scribbin Shaft cats. These cats seem to stay close to Scribbin Shaft's quill shop. Also, it's the feather quills that entice them. Obviously, it's the treats the interlocked and leaves them. It's probably a treat. Could also be both.
Revelio.
Okay.
Over here. This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar, and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
That's a good idea. We need to see this through.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you. I didn't want to press it before. It seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
Rookwood is working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a port key that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig had asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps to shed light on what we saw at the tent. Don't worry, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. I shan't press for more details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'd like to track that dragon down as soon as I can. I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
And there's the venomous revenge, whatever we're doing.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
So frustrating. You wanted to speak with me, Mother?
I had hoped to speak with you alone, Natsai.
Your message mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted in the woods near Hogsmeade. That could have been anything.
You know what it was, Natsai.
I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful, Mother.
Careful. Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an owl telling me that you have been trying to collect evidence of some kind against dark wizards. She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on you. And she is right. I do not want you visiting Hogsmeade for the near future.
But Mother!
My little gazelle, you are well-intentioned, but you must not meddle in the affairs of dangerous people.
If someone had meddled in Matabeleland, Father would still be with us.
I must get to class. Perhaps your friend can get you to listen to reason.
He's a Gryffindor.
She never listens to me.
She called you her little gazelle. Is that a term of endearment where you're from?
It is specific to me. I am the unusual creature in Hogsmeade she mentioned. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from practicing it. However, I am an animagus, and it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the Highlands rather freely until now, much to my mother's chagrin. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
Were you born an animagus, or did you learn to become one?
Animagi are not born. The process is quite elaborate. It involves holding a mandrake leaf in one's mouth for an entire month, then placing the leaf in a crystal phial so that it is imbued with moonlight, then adding one of your own hairs. And that is just the beginning. Self-transfiguration is common among students at Wagadu, but Professor Weasley considers it much too dangerous to teach at Hogwarts.
Can you choose what form your animagus will take?
Oh no, a person's animagus form is determined by their personality. My mother is convinced that my form is a gazelle because I adapt well to any situation. I believe it is because I can sense danger and keep my wits about me.
Why isn't there a quiz to... I mean, it would be a rough way to say it as your Patronus thing, but...
does it feel to transform into an animal?
Well, the first time it can be a bit unnerving. I felt a kind of searing pain and a strong double heartbeat. But it gets easier the more you do it. I no longer feel any pain, and I must say, I find a sense of comfort in the double heartbeat. And I love being able to view the world from a different perspective.
Now the nickname makes sense. What an extraordinary ability to have.
It is. I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says that no creature, especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be bounding about where poaching has become so prevalent. She claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my gazelle form. But she has used her sight to control me too many times. I no longer believe it.
She's concerned for your safety. It may be best for you to stay away from Hogsmeade for now.
That may be safe, but I do not believe that it would be best. Do you? You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Randrock were after you, but you did not. I choose to act as you have. I must deal with Rookwood and Harlow, not hide from them. My mother cannot know where I am all the time. Thank you for being here during that rather awkward conversation.
Okay, so that's all of our companion cutscenes at this point. This is the first non-assignment, the only non-assignment we have. This isn't just like... It's rather weird that, like, I guess these aren't, like, perfect looking glasses, or it could also be for performance reasons. I think I've seen screenshots where, like, the reflections are more clear. Might be from the PC.
Would like to talk with you when you have a moment.
Hello, Deke. Professor Weasley said you wanted to tell me more about the loom.
Ah, hello. Yes, about that. Deke has had a thought. He... Oh, seems the room thinks you need more space for your beasts. As Deke was saying, he's had a thought. Now, Deke knows how you can test the item of clothing that you enhanced in the enchanted loom. And perhaps help an old friend in the process.
What do you mean?
A house elf named Tobbs works for his master, retrieving leech juice in a cave near Hogwarts. Tobbs' master doesn't let him leave the cave, and Deke knows the cave is infested with spiders.
That sounds awful.
It is. Deke hasn't heard from his friend for a while now. As the item you wove in the loom has an enchantment that might be useful, Deke thought you could test it whilst checking on Tobbs.
I understand. Leave it to me, Deke. I'll find Tobbs for you.
Oh, thank you. Please let Deke know what you learn about Deke's old friend.
Confringo!
Let's pray also.
Confringo!
This allows us to have more types of beasts. I guess maybe it is a... No, I didn't mean to do that.
Professor Howin will never believe this.
Revelio. Revelio.
Magical rocks that levitate, or is that actually a graphical bug? Probably a graphical bug. Could be both. Could be a graphical bug that can be explained away with magic. Invisible wall.
Revelio.
You can actually just have an invisible wall that becomes kind of visible once you... Okay. Are you kidding me? It seems like we're supposed to be able to... There's a step up there. There we go.
Revelio. Revelio.
These invisible walls should probably be a little more visible. Like, if they're concerned about like obstructing the view, just make it so that like once you get close to as you get closer and closer to the boundary, it becomes more visible. Or like just touching it creates this little shimmer or something.
Revelio. Revelio.
I don't believe we have any more. Yeah, we don't have any more unidentified gear.
Far from here. Deek has marked the area.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
I'm not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this. Abandoned long ago, no doubt.
Revelio.
Okay. Beware of spiders. I'm afraid of no spiders.
They come after me. I'll stick 'em like a nogtail.
So is this a supposed to be a dragon? Maybe. Really hard to tell.
I'm always given the dull tasks.
This must be Tob's cave. I suppose I should head inside.
I wonder if I need to turn down the Maybe I could turn it up earlier. I'll make it more. Or can. There we go. That helps a little bit. Turn it more closer to the ceiling than. Supposed to be for the green screen, not for my face. That way. You think that there's spiders in here? Extreme danger. No wizards. Or muggles for that matter, but...
Confringo!
Hobbs, you missed your quota by free files. You know what that means? It means my loyal customers will be missing their bottles of Seamus's shrinking solution. Because of your foolish mistake, you will be given no food for a week. Wow. I was expecting you to punish yourself accordingly. When I return for the next shipment, I best see bloody bandages instead of your usual idiotic grin. You not meet your next quota plus 5 extra files, you will lose more than your food privileges.
Tob's master is awful.
He needs to be like, you know, I can't snap.
Tobbs? Tobbs? Deke sent me. Are you in here? Revelio.
There's nothing that can be repaired.
Revelio.
Where do you need to jump? Okay, that was an easy jump.
Revelio. Confringo. Revelio.
Okay. Did they do that like on purpose? Because we've got Revelio on.
It looks as if Tobbs was here some time ago. He must have headed deeper into the cave. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. 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 Levioso.
I don't know how you hit a
Confringo.
like hit with what? A spell?
Confringo.
There we go. I guess you have to have it at near fatal health and then hit it to pull it up.
Revelio. my fault you're a deadly great spider. Revelio.
Maybe the plants are too afraid to make noise here. You think? Whoa, what? Yeah! Master, we're looking for Tobbs. It seems he has dried up all the leeches here and must move deeper into the cave. Tobbs hopes Master will wait for him to return. It's much too dangerous for Master to follow. And please be careful of the spiders, Tobbs.
That didn't sound particularly reassuring. Revelio. Confringo. Confringo.
Okay. Okay, we didn't stupefy. Yeah.
There's a victory that came none too soon.
Revelio. Confringo! Revelio. Confringo. Revelio.
Oh no. I have a feeling that house elf is Tobbs.
You find Todd's body because Python was too much. Todd has failed you and deserves this punishment. Todd feels weak, sleepy. Todd must.
Poor Tobbs.
He's
left here alone with the spiders.
He is better off, to be honest. I mean, it'd be better to free him, but this is the next best choice. If we're going to talk about problematic things in Harry Potter, house elves are kind of problematic. I mean, I'm for depicting slavery as the horrible thing it is, which this definitely does in the game. Actually, I don't know. I think, like, I find some degree of fascination in the idea of a society that is permissive of slavery, but has, like, kind of also progressed in the way it, and granted, even in, like, Harry Potter time, it's not fully progressive.
That table looks familiar. Seems I'm back at the entrance to the cave.
Like, for the record, I'm not of the mindset that slavery is okay as long as the slaves are treated well. I'm of the mindset that a society in which, at least legally, slaves must be treated well is better than a society where no such safeguards exist. It's just that I don't think it would really work, because the safeguards would be very difficult to enforce. Especially given how the majority of people who own slaves are likely to have a mentality of being abusive to one extent or other. But it's interesting because it is like far too easy in the modern time where slavery is just abolished in the majority, or at least like actual slavery is abolished in Are we just going back to, It's very easy to just kind of disassociate yourself from how horrible slavery actually is, I guess, to some extent, and also like the idea of a world where there are like willing and happy slaves who are treated well and provided for, like house elves, is maybe not as problematic as like properly problematic. I don't know, like it's a weird nebulous space. Because like if we live in a society where slavery was actually a thing, then yeah, we'd be like, oh well, slavery is okay because we treat our slaves well and provide for them, and it's a mutually beneficial relationship. Like we provide them with food, shelter, and the necessities of life, and they work for us for free. I suppose the ideal situation would be, I guess, a form of voluntary slavery. Like, basically the idea is that there be, and I suppose this can kind of work to some extent. I'm sure there are places like this where you can just like go to a place, they offer you shelter in exchange for work. You know, shelter and food in exchange for like just simple work. Like that sort of thing might be acceptable. But then it'll be like, okay, you're then just locked into that and you have no means of elevating yourself beyond that is obviously bad. Anyway. Anyway, enough of these heavy topics.
I'm back from the cave, Deke.
Wonderful. Deke hopes you gave Deke's best to Tobbs.
I'm sorry to tell you this, Deke, but Tobbs is gone. It seems he was unable to avoid the spiders in the end.
Oh my. Deke was afraid of this, alone in that cave for so long. Oh, poor Tobbs. Deke and Tobbs once shared the same master. When he died, we were separated. Deke always wished Tobbs had been sent to Hogwarts too. Deke feels lucky to serve such kind witches and wizards like you. Deke will miss his friend dearly, and will raise a glass to him with a heavy heart.
I'm truly sorry about your friend, Deke.
Thank you. You are very kind. Deke could use some time alone to think, if that's all right. Deke would like to speak with you when you have a moment.
Alrighty. Oh, breeding beasts. I figured it might be a functionality when... breeding pen, which I guess. Huh? A leather ball. Okay.
When you have a moment, please come and talk to Deke.
Hello, Deke. You wanted to talk to me?
Indeed. Deke thought you might want to learn how to build a breeding pen so that you can breed beasts.
That sounds a very good idea.
Rescuing and breeding beasts go hand in hand. Young beasts are particularly vulnerable to poachers. Breeding beasts here in the room will allow us to keep the younger ones safe.
I see. And what do I need to do?
First, bring a pair of beasts to the room. One male, one female. Deke suggests rescuing thestrals, as they're at great risk from poachers. Noble creatures, but their relationship with death gives them a bad reputation. They're prized by poachers for their tail hairs.
I've seen thestrals before, but where would I find a pair of them nearby?
Deke has seen some wild thestrals not too far from the Hogwarts grounds. Then you'll need to purchase a spellcraft for the pen from Tomes and Scrolls and gather the materials it requires. Once you've rescued the thestrals and you have the spellcraft, you come and find Deke.
It requires particular materials. Probably need to do Professor Weasley's assignment for also meet with Poppy, which did we already do? Rare for assignments to have
They say the person matched exactly.
And they were quite confident.
do we need to do the first one first and then... Okay. We'll just do the first one first.
Well, I think you should fly out. Bounds.
What? Why is that exactly?
Let's see what Hogwarts looks like when it's ray traced. So yeah, like, look at this. This is ray tracing. Like, we're not even looking at the windows, but the reflections are still there. Also, it's weird. A lot of people say, "Oh, the game's too choppy when you have like the graphics settings high." At least on console, and I haven't really noticed any choppiness.
My mother adored her.
I mean, choppiness is like
So this is the underground harbor.
Revelio.
okay. Deep beneath the viaduct courtyard is the landing for both delivering first-year students across the Black Lake to Hogwarts. That's something we totally missed out on.
Confringo.
There's probably some way to open those, but we just haven't figured it out.
Confringo. Confringo. Accio. Leviosa.
Oh, it looks very suspicious.
I wish I received letters from home more often.
You know, sometimes I think that the only thing hotter than my take on slavery in fiction
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
is my take on frame rates in video games.
That book Professor Weasley asked me to find should be around here somewhere.
I must sneak into the restricted section. It's the only... It's the only option.
Revelio.
Looking for the book Intermediate Transfiguration.
Professor Weasley asked me to, get something from that book. May I have it?
Did she now? I'll give you this book if you humour me by answering a few questions from my quiz.
Quiz?
Some people call bits of knowledge trivia. I would argue that no knowledge is trivial. Hence, I have created a small quiz, just for fun, focusing mainly on the lore of the wizarding world. None of the other students will try it, no matter how many times I ask. They all say they have enough with schoolwork. Ugh, they don't value knowledge the way I do. Surely you're interested. I'll even start you off with a few of my easiest questions.
A quiz sounds like fun.
Splendid! Just a few questions, and then I'll hand over this book. Let us begin. Before the invention of the golden snitch, which magical creature was used in a game of Quidditch?
Let me quick pull up Quidditch for the Ages. I actually had the book. I had the physical book in my bedroom. The golden snitch. The snake bird? Sounds like the least.
The snake bird.
No, incorrect. The answer was the golden snidget. The snidget was first introduced to Quidditch in 1269 by a wizard named Barbarous Bragg. Sadly, they're thought to be extinct. Next question. Which potion is commonly referred to as liquid luck?
Oh, that's...
Felix Felicis.
Well done. Since it makes the drinker temporarily lucky, Felix Felicis is a banned substance in all organized competitions. The tale of the three brothers involves which magical artifacts?
The Deathly Hallows.
Correct. According to Beedle the Bard, the Deathly Hallows consists of the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and the Cloak of Invisibility. Which ball in Quidditch is the largest?
The quaffle, probably?
The quaffle.
That's right. When a chaser throws the quaffle through one of 3 hoops in a Quidditch match, their team is awarded 10 points. True or false? Polyjuice potion allows the drinker to change species.
False. I mean, if you try, it has bad results.
False.
Correct. While Polyjuice potion can be used to change things such as age or race, it cannot be used to change species. Well, I suppose this has gone on long enough. I'll put the book back in the box.
It's sort of an easy question, like, it's a question I don't know.
I have plenty more questions I could ask you. And I won't be giving you any more easy questions either. The next ones will be more difficult.
I'd like to answer more questions.
What governmental body directly preceded the Ministry of Magic?
The Order of Merlin, maybe?
The Order of Merlin.
No, that's incorrect. The answer was the Wizards' Council. The Wizards' Council disbanded in 1707 after the creation of the International Statute of Wizarding Secrecy, which required a more structured government to support its enforcement. Which dragon breed is the smallest?
Well, this is the deep lore.
The Peruvian viper tooth.
Brilliant! Though
Whoa,
viper
but
tooth
I
is
was
the
randomly
smallest
guessing from
breed, averaging at around 15 feet in length, it is also the
three
fastest
options that just appeared in my
and famous for
head.
its venomous fangs. Who founded the village of Hogsmeade?
Quincy Hogg?
Quincy Hogg.
No, the answer was Hengist of Woodcroft. It is believed that Hengist used the 3 Broomsticks Inn as his home. The hide behind was accidentally created by crossbreeding a ghoul with what other magical creature?
Yeah, these are not easy questions at all. A demiguise.
A demiguise.
Yes!
Well.
While the hide behind has the power of invisibility,
Really, what?
those who have seen it have described it as a tall, thin monkey with silver hair. What is the only spell known to repel a letherfold?
What the heck is a letherfold?
The knockback jinx.
Actually, the answer was the Patronus charm.
Oh.
The only known survivor of a letherfold attack was a wizard named Flavius Belby, who was on holiday in Papua New Guinea at the time. Who published the law of elemental transfiguration?
This is name.
Evangeline Orpington.
That's incorrect. The answer I was looking for was Gamp. One of the principal exceptions to Gamp's law is that...
Why are you even guessing this?
Though it can be summoned. What does the Hogwarts motto translate to?
Oh.
Never tickle a sleeping dragon.
Correct. In Latin, the Hogwarts motto is Draco Dormiens Nunquam Titilandus. Which magical creature is the only one known to produce eggs through its mouth?
The Ashwinder.
That's incorrect. The correct answer was the rune's paw. According to Parselmouths, each of the rune's paw's 3 heads serves a different function. The left head is the planner, the middle is the dreamer, and the right is the critic. Where is Ilvermorny's School of Witchcraft and Wizardry located?
I'd like to see more. I changed my mind. Amazon rainforest?
The Amazon rainforest.
No.
Wait.
Ilvermorny is actually located on Mount Greylock. The American school was founded in the 17th century by Iseult Sayre and James Stewart. What is the most powerful love potion known to wizard kind?
I'm making up words. Ferocity? Let's look up what Ferocity, but that sounds familiar. No, that's a truth serum. Or Veritaserum. That's Veritaserum. What the heck is Veracitaserum? Veritaserum is truth potion, but what is... Huh. Are they like intentionally misspelling it? Although, a Mortentia sounds like the most correct in terms of like Amora.
Amortentia.
That's the answer. Amortentia smells
just using
differently to every person according to what they find attractive, such as dusty book covers or. Are you interested in continuing on to the next round? They're my most difficult questions.
Not now.
I don't have time for another quiz at the moment.
That's fine. Come and find me if you'd like to try later. I put the book back on the pedestal for you.
Revelio ought to make quick work of this.
Revelio.
Book of Intermediate Transfiguration. Designed to help guide the student who wishes to pursue the more complex types of transfiguration. As Weasley often recommends it to her advanced students as a bit of light reading.
Professor Weasley's tasks are complete. I should attend Transfiguration.
I watched a video by Gaming Bolt about like features that the game needs, and one was like an actual schedule. And I think I don't know, it depends on how it's implemented. But I prefer this kind of more free-form
Thank you again for retrieving that Murmish artifact
approach.
for me. I heard Professor Weasley...
Hello, Gareth. So, has your aunt been taking it a bit easier on you lately?
Unfortunately, no. In fact, a few days ago, she gave me a detention. I was only testing a new recipe in a mostly empty classroom, and the fire was put out quick enough.
You don't create anything worthwhile without setting a few things on fire.
Agreed. Innovators like us are unappreciated in our time. Can't let the doubters sway me. When they taste my latest brew, they'll forget their criticisms and the fires. It'll be bigger than butterbeer. Oh, that gives me an idea. Better write it down. Best of luck to you.
Settle down, settle down. Transfiguration, as you may be weary of hearing me say, is an exact science
As you
that
know.
can take a lifetime to master. But we needn't be daunted. Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential within it. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of you. Or it could just be my eyesight. Now, you all know what to do. Beautifully done.
Turn this water into rum.
You wanted to discuss my progress so far this term, Professor.
I did. You seem to have had no trouble in getting up to speed. And frankly, excelling in your schoolwork this year.
Thank you, Professor. The extra assignments have been helpful.
As I suspected they would be. Now, it seems you've been making good use of the opportunities presented by your field guide. Of course, the guide isn't the only measure of success. I've heard that you can brew an impressive Edurus potion. Hopefully, you won't need it anytime soon, but it is a valuable potion to have when it is needed.
Thank you, Professor.
I will say I'm especially impressed with all you've accomplished in light of the rumors of your extracurricular activities. Was your extended conversation with Mr. Ollivander after you'd obtained your wand, or subsequent search of the owlery, connected in any way to Professor Fig?
Professor Fig has encouraged me to explore when I can, in an effort to complete my field guide.
I see. I admire your penchant for learning, but do remember that your classwork and field guide are designed to educate you thoroughly. It'll be the end of the year in no time, and you'll want to be well prepared for your OWLs. I'll provide a final assessment at that time to ensure that you're ready for your exams. Until then, well done. You are dismissed.
Just transform her into a barrel. Okay.
Since our visit to Feldcroft, something dawned on me about the triptych. Meet me at the Overlook, just north of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll explain.
My plan with the helmet failed, but I have another idea. I think we may be able to find what we need at a goblin mine south of Hogwarts. Meet me there, and bring someone who speaks gobbledygook.
But nothing with Poppy. I need to find a female thrustrel for that. Of course, there's 16 of them. I've got a little over half. Oh, I need to sell some gear. I definitely agree with the idea that there should be Okay. So while we're thinking about it,
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Good thing the Ministry banned underage sorcery. That's what the authorities are for, they said.
Now, come on in and have a look around. No touching if you have sticky fingers.
there also should be a sell all. I'm granted that could be, eh. It could be probably viewed by accident.
I'd say that looks as if it was made for you. I've heard that our dear Clementine drew you into her butterfly. I'd say that looks as if it was made for you. I'd say that looks as if it was made for you. I'd say that looks as if it was made for you. I'd say that looks as if it was made for you. I'd say that looks as if it was made for you. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
What do we have here? A demiguise.
Before you ask, I'm all out of the new socks, so if your feet are smelly, you'll have to work it out for yourself.
One never knows when society will be.
What are you up to now?
Okay. So that'll be it for tonight. So as usual, there are a bunch of things you can do. It'll take a few seconds of your time, as well as other things that are a little more involved. But of course, it's all entirely up to you, and as always, I thank you